Now, there really is no need for that. I have some really good news. I've been looking for weeks at the legacy media to try and find an interesting gardening story regarding either Monty Don or Alan Tishmarsh. And as luck would have it, just today I found a wonderful piece from the Daily Express regarding Monty Don, saying that this is the biggest mistake that people make in their gardens. It's not the biggest mistake, but we'll put that aside. Anyway, it is one of my bugbears, so it's quite an interesting thing to talk about, which we will do. And the good news is there are plenty of quotes, and that means that I can get to dress up like Monty Don and pretend that I'm him. At least bask in his glory for a couple of seconds. Wouldn't that be lovely? Anyway, you might be asking yourself, what the flip is that in your head? Well, I'll tell you. I'm having some problems with this flipping new mic setup. I'm having it on my shirt, and because I've got such a manly, handsome chest, it reverberates and sounds a bit deep, and it's not very good. So I'm sticking it here. I know it looks stupid. I've had to change my hat and everything, but hopefully the sound will be perfect. Let's get on with it. Let's discuss Monty Don's issue about what you, not me, you have been doing wrong all this time. Come on. Right, before we start, I just want to clear up one fact, and that is that this article is not written by Monty Don. It's written by an editor. His name is Robin Cottle, and as such, the chances are there will be one or two mistakes in this because he's not Monty Don. Monty Don knows what he's talking about. Robin is just taking some words off of a transcript from, I think it was the Gardener's World podcast. Does anyone even watch that? I've never even heard of it. Anyway, that's by the by. So, with that out of the way, let us start this video. Oh, it's more aeroplanes. They are the bane of my life. Right. Stop looking at it. If you ignore it, it will go away. Right, so horticulturalist, there's a mistake right there. You can't be a horticulturalist if you've got a science degree or higher in horticulture. He has no formal horticultural science qualifications. Let's get that straight. I do still love him, but you can't call him a horticulturist because you need to have the relevant qualifications. Anyway, horticulturist Monty Don has shared the single most important thing when it comes to a garden, warning that unless gardeners get it right, they will never have the best garden. Well, that's a bit harsh and a little bit competitive. I don't know really if that is on the top of people's list, but let us continue. Right, now before I start, I'm going to need my proper Monty Don intro and my proper Monty Don theme music. Roll Vito. That's better. Okay, so speaking on the Gardener's World podcast, Monty Don said, "The thing that we British underestimate is the importance of space between things. When we're designing our gardens, the British in particular, or at least the amateurs, tend to focus on the plants and their interrelation within borders or within the garden itself." It does sound a little bit pretentious, but I will continue. What's just as important are that which are the bits where there aren't any plants. Either it could be a doorway, it could be a window or a hedge, it could be the bit above the hedge. What's he talking about? It could be a lawn or a path or whatever. I will leave it there for a bit and then we'll... do I need to tell you that there is some old flannel going on here? Bloody yes. Yeah, I didn't know what he was talking about. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. I mean, there was no details in there. There was no explanation. There was no examples. What the flip is he talking about? Anyway, this is what my take on space in the garden, and that is, I'm going to start with plants. The amount of times I see people planting their plants far too close together. One of the classic ones I keep seeing is people buying 2 or 3 fruit trees. These plants will have a canopy of about 4 meters wide, 6 meters wide, even 8 meters wide. And do you know what? They plant them about 1 meter apart. I mean, are you flipping kidding me? You can't plant 8 meter wide canopy trees 1 meter apart. It's got to be at least 8 meters apart, because if it's 8 meters across, that's 4 from the middle of the trunk across, and even then they'll still be touching. So really you want it a bit further. But so many times I see them planted 3 foot apart, 4 foot apart. Don't be silly. When you're planting plants, always check the overall size when they're mature and accommodate that size, not the size they are now. It's a fundamental mistake. People keep making it. I see it all the time. And to be honest with you, this was what I thought Monty Don was going to be talking about. And he's not. He's talking about spaces above hedges. What does that even mean? Oh, let's hear a bit more. Maybe it will become clearer. It's not going to be, is it?
Yes, it really is me, the Grand Mackie D, Monty Don. It's about time I got some respect from you peasants. Anyway, let me continue. But unless you get those spaces right, the garden will never look as good as it can do. And I think that's very elementary design language, but without it, it's not going to work.
Oh, hold on a minute. If you're finding this video useful or even just mildly amusing, then don't forget to click the thumbs up, press on that subscription, and if you want to be notified of whenever we release a new video, then click on that notification bell. It helps us more than you know, and it allows us to do stupid visits like this in the future. Anyway, let's continue to find out what old boiled butt has to say. Put my bloody glasses back on. Too hot, too sunny. It's too lovely. Now, Monty Don wanted to explain this further.
I come from all my life a very strong design and visual background. I come from a family of architects, and architecture is really important. Sarah has been a designer all her life and trained as an architect, so actual design on an official sense has always been part of my life. But it's more than that. To me, it is the single most important thing in any garden without question whatsoever. But of course, there are lots of elements of how they look, some of which really are subjective. Yes, it really is me, Monty Baroque Don.
Well, that didn't help any, did it? So, this is my second problem with space. When you are designing a garden, you have to make it fit for purpose. You have to have paths wide enough that 2 people could walk across without banging against each other, falling over, landing in the borders. It's got to be able to fit a human-sized person. 2 people, really. I mean, have you been to Great Dix with their paths? Even one person can't walk through it without getting your legs all ripped apart from the plants either side. It is ridiculous. Why are we doing it? If you're putting up a washing line, don't put your washing line 3 foot away from that apple tree you planted earlier, because in a couple of years it won't spin round and you'll be messing about, be banging, it won't work. You'll have apples falling on your washing, your birds sitting on it, pooping in the tree, pooping on your washing. You have to make sure that the spaces within your garden when you're designing it are fit for purpose, are wide enough, big enough. It all seems pretty obvious to me. All paths, I believe, should be 1 metre wide. I think that is the British standard path size. I could be wrong because I didn't check it before I did this video. I wasn't even thinking I was going to talk about paths in this. So just make sure everything is a suitable size for a person to use. Make sure it's not dangerous. Make sure that you can actually work in the garden without tripping over things. I mean, it is common sense, it's health and flipping safety. Anyway, I really didn't get anything from that article, which made it all the more interesting, really. I thought it was quite funny. I mean, what a load of old flannel Monty was talking, but you got to love him for it. He's such a posho. He didn't even know, I don't think he knew what he was saying. Was he even awake when he was speaking? I don't know. Anyway, if you've got any issues regarding space in your garden, let us know. Put that in the comment section. But before you go, do not forget to press that like button. It's just down there. All you got to do, clickety click, 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 click. Press that button. It really supports the channel. We love it when you click that button. We really, really do. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. I love that theme tune. It doesn't suit my face. Right, now, just before you go, if you want to see more content, more behind the scenes stuff and images that I've taken of some weird freaky plants over the years, then you're in luck, because we've created an Instagram page. So you can find the link in our description. You can find the link on our main page, and if I'm clever enough, I might be able to get a link somewhere up there. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you want to see more YouTube stuff, then check out this video here. That's quite a good one. And if it doesn't float your boat, then another one right there. And enjoy these while I've still got the strength, imagination and aptitude to make them. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.